Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year-Old Door is a masterpiece and was actually the first turn-based game I've ever played. After 20 years, ugh, I just felt my knees pop. It remains an amazing game. In Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year-Old Door, you play as... Hey, I want you to guess. No, really, I want you to guess who the main character of this game is. Anyways, one day Mario and Luigi get a letter in the mail. It's from Peach. She's traveling and stops at a town called Rogueport and finds a treasure map. But she doesn't just want to go look for the treasure by herself, so she wants Mario to join her. And so Mario is off to Rogueport to meet up with Peach. Of course, things aren't that simple, as Mario is mugged basically right as he gets to the town. And he can't seem to find Peach anywhere. He later figures out that she's been kidnapped, and that the map she found is super important. It's a map with the locations of the 7 crystal stores that will open the Thousand-Year-Old Door. So, Mario sets off to find Peach and collect the crystal stars so they don't fall into the hands of the X-Naut army, the people who took Peach. But Mario is not alone in his journey. Mario is joined by many party members. He meets Goombella in Rogueport, Koops in Petalburg, Madame Flurry in Boggly Woods, Vivian in Twilight Town. Though she originally was a villain, she joins you later in the game. A nameable Yoshi in Glitzville. I named it Gulp both times I played the game, so that little Yoshi is just named Gulp in my head, but I guess you can name it whatever you want. The color can also be different as well. And finally, Bomberry. Well, there's actually one more party member you can have, but you have to do a lot of side stuff to get them. And I didn't do it in the remaster, and I don't think I did it when the game came out on the GameCube originally. But yeah, Thousand-Year-Old Door has a fair amount of party members, all with fun personalities and skills. Goombella can reveal enemy light bars in combat, and is just a helpful bookworm. Koops can knock enemies over on their backs, and do just turtle stuff. Flurry can blow a big gust of air, revealing secrets. Side note, I don't know if Nintendo intended it to look this way, but it looks like Mario is squeezing her boob when he does this. I'm not sure what he's grabbing. Maybe he is grabbing her boob. Vivian does Shadow Wizard Money Gang stuff. Gulp does Yoshi stuff. And Bomberry blows up. I mean, he has a bob-omb. What else is he gonna do? All of these skills are very helpful as you travel through the many locations the game takes you to. Mario's journey to find the 7 crystal stars leads him all over the world, from a shady port town to an enchanted forest to a creepy forest to even the moon. My favorite area is Glitzville though. I just really enjoyed the whole wrestling tournament setting. I remember being a kid, I could have sworn that chapter was so long but very good. And when playing the game on Switch, that chapter was still my favorite, but wow, I must have been really bad at this game, because I kinda breezed through it. One of the game's strong suits is the writing. The writing in the Thousand-Year-Old Door, and just the whole Paper Mario series in general, is so funny. The dialogue is incredibly witty, and basically every character is really funny and charming. Even the bosses will crack a couple of jokes too. I remember being a kid and laughing a bunch reading the dialogue. And as an adult, while playing on Switch, I was still laughing at those same jokes. In addition to Mario, the game also lets you play as Bowser and Peach, though their levels are very small. With Peach, it's her communicating with the X-Naut's AI. Pretty sure it's a reference to 2001: A Space Odyssey. Despite no combat and just being more of solving puzzles and being sneaky, it's actually a pretty memorable part of the game. The more conversations Peach has with Tech, the deeper the relationship gets. Basically, she teaches him about the concept of love. As for Bowser, he gets a couple of 2D sections where he just goes on a rampage. His levels are pretty short, but fun. The gameplay of Thousand-Year-Old Door is turn-based combat. I'm not sure if I would say it's simple or complicated. Some moves are easier to do than others, but the combat is very fun and engaging. Of course, as I mentioned earlier in the video, this was the first turn-based combat game I have ever played, and well, I was really bad at it. So bad, I believe I got stuck on the final boss, and then took 6 months or 2 years away from the game. Honestly, my experience with this game, with how the final boss went on the GameCube and Switch, were night and day. Needless to say, I'm going to get into spoilers here, but the game is pretty old. But if you want to go in blind, I guess pause the video and play through the game, then come back to this video. Anyways, let's get into it. So when I first played this game, I got to the final area and got stuck. I was barely surviving the Sir Grotus fight. I'd beat him, then Bowser would show up, and then I would die. And Bowser isn't even the final boss, so even if I did beat him, I had one more fight to do. But yeah, this happened so much, I just gave up and went on to play other games. Until one day I came up with an idea. And look, don't laugh at me for what I'm about to admit. I think I was like 13, maybe 14 at the time. But I was like, wait, maybe I can just kill a bunch of weaker enemies and get stronger and more prepared for the fight. Look, I told you it was my first turn-based game, or really my first time playing a game with RPG elements. But yeah, I found out what grinding was and that I wasn't that smart because I was not the first person ever to come up with that idea. Anyways, I googled what was the best spot to do this. Turns out in the forest next to Twilight Town, there's an enemy called Amazy Daisy that gives you a lot of XP, so I grinded those. I also did the pit of 100 trials until I doubled my inventory. And then I made the strongest items in the game, and then yeah, I beat the game. Then, in 2024, I was there, in the final area, and I knew what was coming up. But this time was different. Playing the remaster, I wasn't really getting stuck in any area and breezing through everything. But I had to make sure, so I did the pit again, got the double inventory, and decided to just go through the whole thing because I didn't want to grind those flowers again. Anyways, I fought the secret boss, I crafted like 6 of the best items in the game that gave you 50 HP and FP, and then I started the final boss battle, and I did it in one go. And I only used like one of those items. Like legit, I didn't even need to do all 100 floors of that area. I fought a boss I didn't even need to do. Honestly, I don't know what I was doing as a kid. Like man, I must have been just not doing so much because everything I got stuck on as a kid, I did first try as an adult. I kinda wish I could remember what I was doing to be having so much trouble with this game, but I just don't know. My only guess is maybe I was relying on the level 2 special too much, and I should have been using the stronger specials you get later in the game. But yeah, I enjoyed both my playthroughs of this game. It truly is an all-time classic. Anyways, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year-Old Door is such a great game. It's really weird Nintendo doesn't seem to want to keep the formula the same. So the future games weren't as good. I mean, I played Super Paper Mario and Origami King, and maybe I can make videos of those in the future. But yeah, I didn't play the ones that came out for 3DS and Wii U. But I heard those ones were really bad. But yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and maybe even subscribe if you like what you saw. Anyways, I've been Crazy Blood Monkey, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.